Bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I say.
So friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Laura, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to recreate this beautiful dress. But before we start, please subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. Subscription is totally free, and also give this video a thumbs up. These are the material we're going to be using. So I used a 1 yard of lace. I used 4 yards of cotton fabric. You can use cotton, crepe, chinos. It depends on your preference. I also printed out cover buttons with the plain fabric because the style we are going to be making, you need button. First step, I drafted out a basic body. I'm going to be leaving the link in the description box. So I'm drafting this out without any no dots, because the style has no dart. Then from the hip line, I'm going to be connecting it to the waistline. I'll cut this off. So if you notice, the neck depth is a bit high, so the neck depth I use is 2 inches because I'm going to be using this pattern to just cut out for the back piece at once. I kept 1.5 inch allowance for zipper, that's for the zip, and I'm going to cut it out. So for this shoulder joining, I'm keeping 1/2 inch. For the armhole area, I'm keeping 1/2 inch. Then for the side, I kept 1.5. But please, for this back, add allowance for your dart. Just add that to it so that your zip will be flat and not puffy. Just add that to the back. I did not show, but I did add that to the back of this dress. So add your allowance for it, for the dart, when you're cutting. Instead of 1.5, just add extra. So for this part, I use 1/4 inch. Then for this zip, I want to cut it open. Then I'll still tighten this by 1/2 inch. You can see the way I'm just curving this. I'll cut out 1/2 inch all the way out. So for the pattern again, from the shoulder line, I'm going to be marking 7 inch for my neck depth. Or you can just come up 1.5 or 1 inches from your chest line upward, okay? So how deep you want your neckline to be. I'll go ahead and rule a straight line. Then on this straight line, I'm going to be coming out 1 inch from the armpit area, armhole area. Then I'll connect this from the shoulder line all the way to that 1 inch. Then on the same line, I'm going to be coming out by 1/2 inch from this center point here. Then on the underbust here, you can totally skip this part. I came up by 1/2 inch, but you can skip this part. It's not important. Just go ahead and divide your nipple to nipple measurement, that's your bust, your dart measurement, by 2, and place it on your underbust line, okay? Then after doing that, I'm going to be connecting from this point all the way to this point. So yours, you can be connecting all the way down to the underbust. Then I'm going to be connecting this point all the way to the 1 inch here. I went ahead just to make it perfect, then I'll cut it out. So just cut. Then for the cup, we're going to be using a splash method, because if you notice in the design, you can see this cup area is gathered. So I'm going to be cutting this out into 4. I'm using the splash method. Cut and slash method. I'm labeling it 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then this is going to be the center, and that's going to be the sides here, like this. I'm just labeling it so that it won't have any mix up. After labeling it, I'm going to be cutting it out. So after cutting it out, I picked up a plain pattern paper and I spread this. You can see each space is 2 inches, and I'm going to just cut it out like that. Then the next thing I did is place on the fabric and cut. So that is half inch all the way around, half inch, then here 1.5 for the side, and here half inch. Half inch for the arm area, half inch for the shoulder, then here 1/4 inch. Then this part I kept 1.5 inches. This is going to be for the elastic. Then I'm going to be cutting it round with half an inch. So this is the back we cut earlier. So I went ahead and cut out lining for it. I'm just going to be keeping the right side facing up. Then I'll use the lining, place it on it, pin it down, then turn the neck, sew the neck, the zip, and the sides. This is what we have after that. I'm going to go ahead, fold it back again, then I'm going to sew it for the zipper allowance. This is it. So we're going to shift this and concentrate for the front. So for the front, I went ahead and cut also for the lining, like you're seeing me doing here, just removing it. I'm going to be checking for the right side of the fabric. So this is the right side of the fabric. I'm going to be using the lining, place the lining on it, try adjusting it, then pin it down. So after pinning it down, I'm going to be sewing this place by half an inch, okay, that we added. I'm not sewing there, and I'll be sewing the sides. So this is what I mean. You can see I didn't sew this part, just the center. I didn't sew this part. So for the cup, I went ahead and cut out lace with it. So I'm going to be using this cotton as the lining, then the lace the main fabric. So I'll be placing the lace on the cotton like this. I'll pin it down, then take it to the machine just to sew it down. So after sewing it down, this is what you're going to have, like this. I'm going to go in and fold it by half an inch, then 1 inch again. So this is the channel for the elastic. So this is what I mean, channel for the elastic. How to know the measurement for the elastic? I'll just bring the front out again and take this measurement here. So I'll use this to cut the elastic. Someone sent me this tutorial for me to make for the person on Instagram. So the one I saw was with elastic, but later on I have seen the one you can use rope. So you can also use rope or elastic, okay? So this part here, I'm just showing you how to use your elastic. Use your safety pin, push the elastic through that channel I just created. Then once it's in, I'm going to use a pin to secure this part. Pin it here, then drag it all the way out of this point, then I sew it down. So that's how to put your elastic. After that, I kept half an inch up here and I pinned this down. I also pin it here. So I pin this part here. Then at the center, I also pin here. So what next I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be using my hand to pleat this part. After pinning it at the center, I'll just pleat it, pin it, then sew it all the way around to just give me that gathered effect. I'll do the same thing for this other side of the cup. Okay. So I'm done with it. So this part here, I also cut, after cutting it with the cotton fabric, I also place it with the lace and I cut it out with the lace. So I'm going to be using the cotton as the lining. So after placing it like this, I open it out and I'm going to be sewing this part with the 1/4 inch we added. Okay, I am done and I am trimming this. I'll bring the front here, you can see. So this 1/2 inch we kept earlier, I'm just going to place this here. Then open up the cotton and wrap it this way and go ahead and sew the 1/2 inch. So this is it, we're done with it. And I'm going to please, I'm just showing you how it will look. You can go ahead and just weave this joining just to give it a nice seam. So this is the shoulder. I'll just go ahead and join the shoulder. And that is what we have. Just weave this, please. So for the gathers, I'm taking out my 1/2 length, that's 18 inches out. Then I'll place it like this. And the full length I'm going for is 45 inches. Then I'll add extra 2 inches for the allowance. So in total, 47 inches. So that's how to know the length of the gathers you want to work with. Take out your 1/2 length, then your full length, add allowance, and that's how to cut. So for the front width, I'm using 71 inches. You can use less, but I wanted a very thick and full gathers. Okay. Went ahead and run a loose stitch on it and just pull it gently to form that gathers for me. And after that, I'll just sew it for the front. You can see just like this. Okay. So you can see this is it. You can see how full and thick it is. Yes. Full and thick this is. So with this way, then for the back too, the back each width is 36.5 inches. I'll go ahead and fix my zip. And fold it, sew it down, shape it to the size, the fitting to the sides, fix the sleeves, and we are done. So this is how beautiful the dress turned out. I'll be waiting for you to recreating this. Tag me on Instagram for me to repost. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section and I'll be answering. Thank you so much. Please like and also subscribe for more videos.